What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight?
How's it going? How you doing, Matt?
Oh, that's good, brother. How you doing?
I'm sweet. I'm good. I'm excited. You know, from the first show that we did, it turned out to be a great success. So, why not do a second part? See what happens tonight.
And honestly, we have another host with us tonight, and I know you guys know this guy. He is the heartthrob of Through the Lens. Sorry, Brian, but uh, he is definitely an attention grabber. We'll just say that. And I've taken a lot of notes on this man, ladies and gentlemen. The other director of Global Ghost Hunt, the one and only Lex Paranormal. What's up, my brother?
How you doing, boys?
I broke you on that one, didn't I?
I did not expect that as an intro. Thank you very much. But,
Couldn't resist.
I also agree, though. Sorry, Brian. It's the it's the ability to grow facial hair.
Oh shit! So
it's great to have you on, Lex, because I know you've been really busy recently with work and everything. But it's nice to see the other half of the director join in, and we can get your intake on a few things as well. And it'll be great for the viewers, and especially with potential signers from teams location, to see what your thoughts are on about everything. So really excited to have a chat with you. And I think the aim of tonight really is just give people a few updates of what's been going on in the background since the last show, and just have a bit of fun as we go along the process as well.
Sounds like a good idea.
and we're definitely having fun already because we were backstage. I know we're a little late, guys, but we were just chatting away. And you guys host your own shows too, and you know how it is. You get talking with everybody, and then it's like, oh shit, we got to go live. But yeah. So speaking of videos, before we start with the Global Ghost Hunt stuff, I want to talk, Lex, about Through the Lens today. What a show! I mean, you guys have a great show. If anybody hasn't seen it, go check them out. It's Through the Lens with Brian and Lex. It's hosted by obviously this guy right here, Lex, and the one and only, him, Mr. Parapost himself, Brian John Laverty. And they always have a great show. And today was a little different. Not a lot of questions, but a lot of answers and a lot of different things, a lot of new stuff. And definitely, guys, go check that out. That was just wow.
Yeah, it was definitely very different what we've done for the last 2 years. I think this is almost 2 years. Yeah, definitely not an interview this time around. We actually got to have someone on with a bit of technology and show us how they use it. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend going back and watching it, guys, because it was impressive. I enjoyed it.
100%. And a shout out to Steve-O. From what is it, My Journey Paranormal, or My Journey Paranormal. Yeah. So go check him out as well over on YouTube. But anyway, so tonight, guys, we're here for Ggh Live. And for those of you who don't know what Global Ghost Hunt is, you obviously haven't been paying too much attention because a lot of us have been promoting it out left and right and all over. But we're here to answer some questions tonight that we've heard, give you guys some updates. We're going to actually sit down and go through. I have it pulled up right now. We're going to go through the registration process because there have been a lot of questions about that. But the other thing we're going to do is Nando and I actually have a little bit of an announcement to make. And it pertains to the show. I don't know, Lex, if you've heard this yet. I know Brian has. So you know what, Nando? I'll turn it over to you.
So me and Matt were talking yesterday, and we want to make sure that the Global Ghost Hunt gets enough attention. We want to get it out as much as we can, but also we want to keep everyone informed of the progress, the successes of what we're doing in the background. So me and Matt have decided on a monthly basis, I think we agreed, leading up to the events, we're going to have a Global Ghost Hunt podcast. And it's going to be great because it's going to feature things with the actual Global Ghost Hunt in the background of what the teams are doing, what the admin team are doing. But we're also going to reach out to people that have registered. So teams that have registered with the Global Ghost Hunt, we're going to have a general chat with them, see how they got into the paranormal, but also more importantly, find out about why they joined the Global Ghost Hunt. Because I think this is our first year in getting this all set up. And I think it's really important for different walks of life to share why they've joined the Global Ghost Hunt. Like we're going to be jumping on with Lex in a moment and asking him his thoughts about everything. So that's that. Also locations. I know a lot of people are eager to know what kind of locations have registered, and this is going to be a big thing for everyone. So we're going to be talking about locations, a bit of their history as well. So we're really excited to be planning this going forward. And just bringing everyone from the admin team. So it's not just going to be me, Matt, Brian, Lex. We're going to try and get everyone involved in one way or the other. For example, we got Marcus, who does the merchandise. We're going to be getting him on hopefully, and he can talk about the merch and what that involves and everything. So we're really excited about getting that all going.
Yep, get Raymond on with locations, get PETA with their volunteers, get a bunch of different things happening. And it's really important to like I said to Nando yesterday, we're podcasters. This is what we do. We all have our own shows, and most people in the admin team are like that. We all have our own shows. So why not get audience involvement and, get a chance to give little teasers of what's to come, and you get to meet these teams. Yeah. It's, if you think of it's like the Hunger Games, if you think about it, like a little bit of a pre-interview, you get a little teaser, taste of what these individuals are. And then, the Hunger Games, the main Hunger Games is the event itself. It's a global ghost hunt.
And people will be able to see like different people from the team, like we're saying about us three, Brian, you got Jenny as well. What an infectious character she has. We got so many different characters that are just fun, bubbly, and they all bring something different to the table. And what they're going to be doing is using their knowledge and using what they have to share out with these teams. So, we've got a really good team and a really supportive background here. And I think it's time with these monthly podcasts to show everyone that and see what they're getting. So, yeah, I'm excited 100%. About it all.
100%. So Lex, for those of you people who don't know, Lex is actually the right-hand man, the co-director of the Global Ghost Hunt. He is the man. He's the other man, or whatever, the other white man. I don't know. I don't know what you want to say instead of the other white meat. I don't know. But him and Brian are the creme de la creme, top of the top. First of all, you were telling us backstage. I'm sorry, Brian. I love you, brother, but I need to hear this. I think this is one that needs to be shared. How did you get involved with the Global Ghost Hunt?
It's a fun little story, actually. Obviously, I knew the Global Ghost Hunt was going to be a thing. Brian had mentioned this to me very early stages before. I think just as he started getting stuff started. I don't think the website was even done yet. So he got this idea. He was going to do this ghost hunt. He's putting together his teams and whatever. And I'm seeing him do stuff online. And he tells me before through the lens at what he's doing that week, how it's been. We chat about it. It's been good like that. And then one day I get he asked me, would you do it? Would you sign up to it? Like, yeah, of course I'd do it. I'd love to do it. It'd be awesome. And then there's back and forth like that for a few weeks. And then I'm at work. I'm having a fun day. My phone rings. I'm answering that. I was like, yo, what's going on? How you doing? He's like, look, I've been meaning to ask you this because every time I do something, I keep wanting to involve you and I just forget to ask. As I haven't asked you yet, would you like to be involved with the Global Ghost Hunt at a certain, to a senior level? Which I obviously straight away I was like, yeah. So he was like, right, I want you. And we were pitching. He was pitching to me what he wanted me to do, and I think it was supervisor was the first thing he wanted me to do. Obviously, that's now escalated to help him up here at the top side of things. But that's just a fun thing. It kind of encapsulates mine and Brian's relationship. We're always really excited to talk to each other about this stuff that's going on. Brian comes to me with so many ideas. Like the guys, I don't know where he gets a lot of it. Like when he thought about Parapost. He did that. He told me about it, and I was like, "That's a really good idea." He told me about the app. Great idea. I get to keep through the lens because that's mine. I named it, so that's mine. I'll take credit for through the lens. But he comes up with all this really good stuff, and then when he chose to do the ghost hunt, again, he laughed at me for it on the phone. He was like, I always forget to ask you to be involved in this stuff. And I was like, I know, it's not far-fetched, Brian. We run a show together. We have done for almost 2 years. We might want to work together. I don't know. So but it's a fun little thing. And I remember like when he asked me, I was laughing at the fact that he was laughing about forgetting about it. But even if I hadn't have been asked to be part of the team running it, I definitely would have been a team signing up to it regardless, because I would have supported what he does. Yeah. But I do like that fact. It encapsulates our friendship so much that we're so excited to share these ideas that sometimes there's a question that gets missed, like, would you like to be part of it?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, because I know Brian and I have had conversations just like that. Marcus and I have had conversations. Scott, Morton, Mr. Fedora, him and I have had. I think Nando, you and I have. Lex, I know I've probably done that at least once to you. It's just like you get done and you're like, oh shit, I gotta ask you this too. And or it's like there's something I want to ask you, or I forget, there's something else. It's probably not that important. An hour later, oh shit.
It was just great when he called me, because he was like laughing on the phone to me about because he knew that he was going to ask. But no, it was a great honor to be asked. It's not something I expected to do. I didn't sit there and think he's going to ask me to do something with this because I work with him on this. I never would have expected that anyway. He knows I would have signed up to it. 100% would have signed up to it. So it was an honored thing for me to say, like, yes, I want to be part of this thing, and now to be directing it as well. It's a huge honor for me, especially when I'm this young in the game compared to people on the teams that have done this longer than I have. It means a lot to me from where I have been in this field for the last 3 years. So yeah, that's the story of how I got there. And yeah, there he is laughing.
That's great. That is great. And you know what, Lex, it's an honor to work with you. I mean, you and I have done a couple little things here and there. I know Brian and I have done Women Investigate too. We did that show together,
which was awesome as well. Like, the idea to do that show and how important it was at the time was phenomenal as well.
Yeah, that was Brian. He came to me. He's like, hey, I got this idea. And I'm like, you give me a link, I'm there. I mean, come on, what else? You know me by now.
That was an awesome show.
But no, that was.
We don't want to make Brian's head any bigger than what it is. But
well,
you've got to give props where it's due. He has.
Oh yeah.
He has got that sort of way of bringing people together in the way that he's built a good foundation with you and Lex. Brian and Lex, what you two have done now, and you've built a foundation of people that are actually friends, but friends from different parts of the world. It's amazing. We say this all the time, Matt, don't we? We've never been in a room together, physically sit in a room together, but we can sit for hours and just chat like we were doing before the show, and just chatting in the background. So Brian, and opportunities. I think for us over here, Brian has given us opportunities to work with you, with him. And it's just been a great experience. It's an experience that we weren't expecting to go on this journey on, and it's been fun. It's been great. And like we were talking before the show, me and Lex were talking about doing something together coming into the Global Ghost Hunt. So really, really exciting stuff. But for you, Lex, so you've been presented the opportunity by Brian. But when it comes to the Global Ghost Hunt, in your own words, what are your thoughts about the Global Ghost Hunt and what you think about bringing to the Global Ghost Hunt?
Well, other than bringing the dashing charm that is myself and everything and everything that I do in this field,
Speaking of egos,
yeah, well, I'm from London. It happens. So there's two different. So in terms of what I can bring to it, I think that the way that. So which one should I answer first? I'm going to start with what it means first, and then I'll do what I think I'm going to bring to it. I think the Global Ghost Hunt, what it means to me, and what I think I share. I think this value is shared amongst a lot of us who are signing up for this team. It doesn't mean a goal-driven numbers target to me. I'm not looking at this as an expansion of my own work. When you said about Nando, about us teaming up, and you said, I didn't want you to be taken away from the Lex Paranormal stuff. I was like, I'm not in it for the ghost hunt for that. Like, I will grow organically through hard work and effort, and a little bit through this, yes, but it's not about that. The aim for me and what this means to me is the opportunity to not only learn new things from everyone who takes part, because that's the key thing in investigations. We learn off each other. Nando obviously had the first hand of teaching me some stuff when I met him during my tour, doing with the group. So it's learning new ways of investigating, learning the values of other investigative teams, and learning the history of the locations. That's one of the big factors for it. That's what makes it so appealing. The other one is not only getting to work with such great people, but it's getting to meet them on a real level. Again, I used the example of the tour. When Brian flew over here, I got to see what it's like to be around him as a person and not in front of a camera and doing this doing this investigative stuff, to see what everyone's like as a person, and build foundational relationships with them, which will reach every corner of the globe.
Yep.
If I'm now friends with people, very close friends with people in Canada, people, obviously it's still in England, but Nando, I wouldn't have met you without being part of this community. Matt in America, people in Australia, I know. I've got Irene in Japan. So like, that's the big thing to me. It's the whole thing is about the coming together of a community that's in it for one thing, and that's to communicate with the potential other side, prove it to ourselves, to know we are trying to prove it to everyone else, but to prove it to ourselves, and to have a community that is shared in that one vision, without this competing, without this bitterness, aggro drama. It's doing something for the sake of loving what we do and being able to share that without judgment with hundreds and hundreds of people around the world. And the more this event grows, years and years to come, that target will be reached. We'll be sharing this with hundreds of people. That's what it means to me, is having little things that we see, that little footstep you hear on a microphone that you recorded in Portsmouth, England, is being listened to by someone in Alaska, in Canada, Japan, and recognized as something great. And to be celebrated that, yeah, you caught a footstep that you can prove no one was walking around in this building that has such rich history. It's a phenomenal feeling, and the outcome of that is what's important. To be able to do that, everything else that comes with it is a benefit. It's a plus. It's a privilege. But just to do that and share this with that many people, that's what the end goal is for me, and that's what makes it so special. Because no other job in the world lets you do that.
100%.
Yeah,
great answer. That's absolutely great.
Yeah, it also sounds better because I talk the way I talk, but
it's just the way you do it, Lex. The way you just bring yourself across to everything, it's just like, can't fault it. It's absolutely amazing.
And in terms of what I'm going to bring to it, I do laugh and joke about it, but I think the energy and passion about this field that I have, I would bring the expertise and knowledge that I have gained. I may have only been investigating for 3 years, but I have studied this for over 10. Teams like the patrol who know us, they were, got to meet us and hang out with us, and I shared knowledge to them. I shared stuff to Nando. Matt, I've shared stuff to you before, mainly questions. And
I got proof of that.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to bring that passion and knowledge to the teams. I think is what I'm going to get. Is what I'm going to bring to it. The fact that I work in an environment, my job outside of this is with people, and I have to push people to do things, get the best out of everyone. And I think I can also bring that to individuals that are struggling with certain things going forward in the event. Maybe they're having a bit of a tough time with something over here. Well, I can talk to you and I will help you do that. And I hopefully in the years to come, I will inspire people who aren't heavy in numbers to ignore that, join the ghost hunt, and just do something worthwhile. And I hope that I can be that example, because I am a small channel, as I say. So.
Very nice. And you know what? And I agree 120% with you, Lex, because, it's not about, to me, and I've said this before, it's not just about getting out there. It's not just seeing, having people from all over the world see, what I'm doing. It's a matter of celebrating. It's celebrating these other teams and getting a chance to almost meet, because, I mean, yeah, we're separated by distance, but that means nothing anymore. We all talk, we all, hang out, and we all, like Nando, you said, we've had conversations for hours on end. And, it's not just us. We have them with a lot of people. And now we get
Brian, Jenny, yourself. It's just like, and before you know it, you've been talking for like nearly 3.5 hours, and you're thinking, where's that time just flown?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
and, you get a chance to see, I mean, it's one thing, and Lex, I know you feel the same way, and Nando, I know you probably do too. It's one thing to hear the stories as show host. It's one thing to hear these stories and these experiences, and you can hear them say, "Oh, well, I use this way. I use this way." Cool. Now we get this chance to see it. We get to see firsthand in the field our friends, our family, if you'll call them that, in the field, investigating, doing what they love. You get to see that passion firsthand. And to me, that's what it's about. That celebration that you're getting a chance to hang out and you get to see these beautiful locations that, like, for example, Jenny goes to Lep Castle. That's high on my bucket list. That's one of my dream locations. She does that for the Global Ghost Hunt. I'll be able to see it firsthand. I'll be able to sit there and watch her firsthand investigate, and it'll be great. It'll be just like I'm there.
I think that's another point that I also wanted to add in, that to show people how important locations are and that we should keep them standing. That's another aim that I think we're going to do. And that's what it also means to me. We've seen beautiful buildings get torn down because they're not being used. I think, as far as I'm aware, Lep Castle is being renovated, or they're fixing it.
That's what I heard.
Which is amazing. It deserves to stand for the rest of time.
Yep.
And that's what I'm also hoping that we can achieve. If globally we're appreciating these locations, then no governing body can tear them down.
Well, and the other thing is there's other locations that are signing up. Like there's one that signed up a couple weeks ago, just a little bridal shop.
Oh yeah, the Victorian bridal shop. Yeah.
Oh, it looks beautiful and gorgeous. That may be the next Waverly Hills. That may be the next Lep Castle. It's a chance for not just these teams to be seen worldwide, but these locations, and that can also drive business. I mean, it's not about the money, but let's be honest here. If you get out there and you say your place is haunted, the paranormal community is huge. Somebody will see it and be like, "Hey, that's not too far from me. I'm going to take a weekend trip. I want to investigate that. I want to check that out." And the feeling of accomplishment that these business owners will have, say, to have somebody come in and say, "Hey, I saw you guys on the Global Ghost Hunt. We would like to stay. We want to investigate. Is that okay?" That's gonna, it'll do something. I know. I mean, look at Jill Shelley from the Void House. She's very proud that her location is haunted. I'm hoping somebody does the Void House. I hope she does, and she would join. But that's something. That's a little, even just a little bit, would mean a whole lot and would make this event definitely worth it. And Jenny chimed in. I will be in Redwood Castle and Lep Castle on the 28th and 29th of April. I'll be going. Don't tease. I'll have to write that down too.
With Jenny's one, she did a live yesterday, and I think it was I can't remember the name. I can't pronounce it. Was it Lep Castle? Oh, sorry, Jenny. I can't remember the name, but it looks outstanding. And some of the sites that they got in Ireland, it would just be great to be able to just go over and do these locations, and even the ones that have signed up recently. I can't say it. Millmount. I can say Millmount, but I can't say.
I can say museum. I'm American though.
The locations that have jumped on recently,
I believe you.
To go to Ghost Hunt. You see the pictures, and you're like, I just want to, put me on the plane, take me over there. Let's do it. They look amazing, and like you said, like what you're saying, Lex, it's also about saving these locations as well. And I think that's so important, and really to save the history, not just for us, but for future investigators. For maybe our kids might want to get into it, and they need these locations to continue the journey that we've been doing. So, it is true.
I think we said this I think Matt might have said this in a previous conversation when we all sat down together and had a chat, that we're not really doing this for us. It's for the next generation. And I love the fact he said that, because when you put yourself in that mindset, you can only see positives. If you put it in the mindset of I'm doing this for me, it's negative. So I think if you think about it, we're doing it for the next generation of investigators that are going to come up and validate the work that we've put down. With the new ways they'll be able to do it in the future. It's massively important, especially when we're trying to validate the field. And I think that's the right way, and I think that's the right mindset. And when I'm old and grey in about 10 years' time,
I'm working on it.
Yeah, when I'm really
getting there
old.
already. I was just thinking, I'm getting there already.
Yeah,
In 10 years, I'm there already. That's a bit painful.
I'm looking forward to being 90, still watching YouTube, and I'm seeing all these new up and comers. And yeah, like Brian said there, like some of these locations are absolutely phenomenal, and there are some that I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
That I've signed up, and I'm so glad I have. There's is it the jail? Is it Gilchrist?
Gilchrist Jail in Florida. Yep.
Which I've heard of, but I'd never read into it or watched it, and I saw them sign up, and I was like, bang! I'm straight on the internet. I'm looking up this location straight away, and now I'm excited to see it. So
and I'm not going to give it away because you're going to have to look, but there is a hell of a team going to be investigating that location.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, we may or may not get them on because I know personally that one of the team leaders and the runners of it, not really a camera person. They don't do camera. They like recording them and going live, but they don't like being in front of the camera. They're a little shy, which is fine. I'm not going to push the issue, but no, and that's 100% because my biggest thing is like I've said before, maybe somebody has an asylum. Like there's an asylum here in Pennsylvania called Cressona Asylum. It's kind of shut down. You can investigate it, but it's a process. But maybe that'll be the next, Eastern State Penitentiary. That'll be the next, Waverly Hills. And, we won't be talking about them as much. We'll talk about these new locations. Be like, you know what? Eastern State's been done. Waverly, beautiful location, which there's some news with them. We'll get to that on another show. But, they've been done. Let's go somewhere else. There's a new asylum out there. There's this cabin in the middle of nowhere. There's this castle. There's that castle. There's that, and that's what it is. That's what I love. So this must be Todd. Yep. With an epic. And Todd, I'm glad you said that, brother. Don't go anywhere. Because honestly, here's the thing. And I think this is a very big misconception. And then Nando, we've spoken about it. Lex, I know you've heard this before. Teams are sitting there saying, you know what? I wanted to join the Global Ghost Hunt. I want to do it. I just don't have a location. That's been a big issue. That's been something I've been hearing a lot. And Lex, you want to take that one? Or Nando, doesn't matter. I don't care.
Let's Lex in the spotlight. What can they do, Lex?
Well, they can first of all contact us because we have locations that are signing up. We've got more locations than teams right now because that's how many people are trying to jump on board here with their location. So if you can't find one, you can contact us with before you sign up. Contact us, tell us where you are. We can allocate you a location. We've got them signing up, so you don't have to worry about that. We've got locations coming out of our ears, so we will find you places to go to, and then it's just a case of you agreeing to do it. That's the place I'm going to do. That's fine. There's no stress. The only thing you need to worry about is if you're going to do it. We will help do the rest.
Yep. And honestly, Todd, I know for a fact there's at least 2 here in Pennsylvania. There's 2 locations. I think one's already been claimed. There's another one that signed up. I don't think they have a team yet. And myself and somebody else, I'm not going to mention names, we're looking at doing a joint investigation in New York, possibly an asylum or a very well-known house that was a part of another event, we'll just say. But we're working on something. Or I might do a battleship. Or I might do the battleship. So, there's plenty. And I know, Todd, you're not too far from where I'm at over here on the East Coast. But that's one thing. And vice versa for your locations. If you have a location and you want to be involved in this, sign up. We will find you a team. We will help you. We will help you find one. If somebody, because it may be, in this case, you may have a site like here in Pennsylvania. There's a location, doesn't have a team. Boom. And we could easily hit it.
And like we said, we've got different sections of the Global Ghost Hunt. So we've got people that are dedicated to helping the teams. We've got people that are dedicated to the locations. So we've already thought that far ahead where we've placed people in certain sections. So we know if you sign up as a team and in the comment you put have no location, we already know the guys that we need to go to and say, well, this team is based in, just to use Pennsylvania, for example, what locations have we got near that? And there's also 10 days, so you can go to the same location on a different night. There you go. So look, we're already there. We know where we need to help out, and that's why we've put people like Raymond. We got Jenny. We got everyone slotted in their place. So if there is a question or a help that we need to get, we got the people already. They're just waiting in the background to get those details and then start working on it. So
I think the point that we're trying to make here for you guys who are thinking about signing up is we don't want this to feel like a chore to anybody. We are going to do the hard work and get everything in place so you can have a fun, enjoyable, hassle-free investigation event. If any issues that you have, we are happy to take on board and help you do them. We are not only providing that kind of service, but providing thumbnails, videos, and stuff like that for everybody. So we're trying to make it as easy for you lot as absolutely possible. We want you to go away thinking, I'm going to do this again because I didn't have to do much. I just had to sign up. That's it.
And that's the hardest part.
I turned up. The hard part, yeah. I signed up, I turned up, I investigated, had fun, I'm coming back. That's what we want it to be.
The hardest part about this whole process, folks, is literally just signing up, and we're going to go over that tonight, and it's not that hard. If I can do it, anybody can do it, trust me. I'm not that bright. The other thing I want to ask you, Lex, and I've already asked Brian's opinion, and I'm tired of asking Brian questions. I love Brian, but I'm tired of asking him questions.
He's tired of you asking him questions, to be honest.
Oh, I know. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised he answers me anymore. But one thing that I've been hearing a lot of, I don't know, Nando, if you have, or Lex, I don't know if you have, but one thing I've been asked a lot is, what if you have the money? What if you don't have the money? Do you have to pay right away? And where does the importance lie in paying when you sign up?
Oh, I have not been asked this question yet.
Oh, okay.
But I can tell you, because I'm also lovely, I'm assuming, and I'm going to be right here, that it's not the be all and end all if you can't do it right away. This is so, again, we are so open and transparent in communicating with you. Just speak to us and we will work out a plan that's best for you and get that sorted with you. Payment it's a sign-up fee, has to be done. And to be part of this event, because of the service, we are providing all the service for you. So payment is a must, but we're not going to hound you for it on day one. We're not going to say, right, fork it over. You speak to us about the situation and we will work out a plan for you, whatever's easier for you to get it in. Because like I said, we're doing these events all year, twice a year at the moment. And it's a 10-day period. We've got plenty of time leading up to the first one, plenty of time leading up to the second one. It may seem like the walls are closing in. It's getting closer, but you don't need to panic. The teams are here to help you. Just contact us and we will work it out with you.
And one misconception, I know Brian has stated before, it's very important to him. And Nando, I know you and I have spoken about this, and Lex, I know you feel this is important as well. I just want everyone to know to keep it on the record. And if we got to say it every show, we'll say it every show. We are not getting anything from this. Your fee, your sign-up fee does not go to us. It doesn't go to anybody in the admin team. It doesn't go to Brian. What it goes to is Brian is actually, and Lex, they're actually working on something big for everybody. Basically a streaming service. You're going to get professional grade quality videos. Like that's what it is, a production company. They're working on a production company to help, and that takes money. That's why we're working on sponsorships. That's why we're working on a bunch of different things. It's not going in anyone's pocket. Then that's not even close. I mean, Brian, even when I don't know if he spoke with Lex about it, but when this was in the beginning works, he asked me about it. He goes, "What's your thought about? I know you don't like charging people, but," and I was like, "Well, I mean, you got to think of yourselves. You can be, like Brian likes to say, you can be a little greedy, but let's be honest here. This is something of a global scale. It takes resources, and it's resources that we would love to give out freely, but realistically we can't."
And I think it's important for people to realize as well. First thing, one thing that we all got in common is the passion for the paranormal. This is why we're doing it, because we're passionate and we want to show what we can do. Like Brian, like Lex said earlier in the show, is about sharing knowledge, is about working with others, is about saving these locations. All the money that you guys pay, it goes back into the Global Ghost Hunt. Brian and Lex are sitting in the background and going, "What is?" They're 5 steps ahead. We're working on what's coming to Global Ghost Hunt this year. Brian and Lex are in the background going, "What are we going to do 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line?" So everything that you're getting is going to be for the future as well. So firstly, like Matt's just said, no one's getting anything out of this. It's going back into the Global Ghost Hunt. But the teams and locations that are signed up, especially the teams, you know, what are you getting in return? And we touched on this on the last show. You're getting thumbnails designed from the team. You know, all you got to do is send in pictures. You're getting an actual video created, you know, that you can share on your page. We send them back to you where it advertises your team in a video. So a thumbnail video, right? Now, if you go to people that do these sort of productions, you know, create videos, create intros, you know, you're going to be paying a lot more than $100. And
I was gonna say this. How many of you have got YouTube channels and you're trying to get an intro and you can't make one from scratch because you're not up to scratch on editing yet? So you go and look for template ones, and they're like $150 for like 30 seconds worth of really cheap edit.
And that's just for one.
I
video.
resent that.
But the thing is, to take on that is just for one video. You're getting thumbnails. You're getting a video. You know, you got Aaron Hoffman in the background. He's been working really hard putting these videos together. It's not something that happens in 5 minutes. It's resources that he has to sit there and do a video for each team, right? And he's putting the best quality together to make sure it highlights your team, your logos, your locations that you're going to be doing. You know, and like I said, I've just said it now, and I'll say it again. If you go to any other independent company and ask for one video, you're going to be paying much more than $100. Plus, you only get one video. With Global Ghost Hunt, we're giving you multiple stuff that you can use for your social media. If you want us to say that you were going to be on YouTube, we put it on there. So anything you want, we're putting together, but we're trying to make it look as professional as possible, and we're giving you much more out of it. So really, you're getting a lot more out of us than what we're getting. You know, we're doing this as a passion, but we're here for you guys. This is not a, you know, and the Global Ghost Hunt is not here for ourselves. We're not doing it for selfish reasons. We're doing it to share support and love. And this is what it's all about. So I know I've gone on a little bit there, so I'll keep my mouth shut. Let's move on.
No, you're fine. And you're absolutely right though, Nando. If you trust me, guys, before I started Paravid Studios and started doing like my own little intros and stuff like that, for somebody outside to professionally do one, you're thinking big bucks, definitely well over $100 for a 30-second clip. And you know, Aaron's doing all this basically pro bono. He's literally putting his time in. He's volunteering his time to do this for you. You know, and the $100 is going towards the streaming service. It's not going to Aaron. So
and then when you see what this is going to build, like as the future, as we keep doing this, we're always going to churn the money back into the Global Ghost Hunt. And when you see what plans we have for the future of this, if we are successful in the first year to get this up and running, which I believe we will be, and we're going to have a great year, you're going to love what we're going to have planned for you in the following year, and the following one after that. We're always going to try and up the ante and make sure that we can do everything viably possible to do this stuff. And apart from carrying you round each location like this, we're going to try and do everything else for you.
Some people we probably could.
The thing is, you know, I just want to interrupt quickly. You know, we're going to be reaching out to the teams, and we're going to be inviting you onto the podcast to talk about yourselves. And again, we're giving you another way to highlight your team. We're allowing you to air your team on our shows, you know, to get it out there. So, you know, we're taking a lot of time, and, you know, we're all in different parts of the country. Me and Lex are in the UK. It's nearly midnight where we are, but we're that dedicated to the Global Ghost Hunt. We're happy to sit here to do these shows. Like you, Matt, you got family, you got your own stuff to do, but we're making the time to be able to highlight everything we're doing, but also bring you guys, the teams that are registered, onto the show as well, which is another platform where it's going to highlight who you are. And people have come on shows like Through the Lens, you know, Para Crew, you know, Thriller Podcast with Portal to the Paranormal. And, you know, you get people that will go to your page and start following you. So it is in the benefit of everyone because we're working together. Again, I've gone on a rant. I'll shut up now.
You're good, brother. You're good. You're hosting the show. You're supposed to talk. We all just can't sit here staring at each other. I mean, we could, but no.
Yeah,
And
I don't know how much anyone would learn from that podcast. Just
all they would learn is the consultant can shut up. That's one thing they will say. They will learn from that. That's weird. I don't know who that is. I'm wondering if that's Wild Bill because that's usually his thing. I don't know. But that's weird. You can't share it. It is. If you can't share it on Facebook, you can go over to the Paracrew podcast on YouTube, and you can share that feed out as well. And if everybody could please share these videos out because it's not for us. It's not for us. It's not for our sake. It's so people can get the information, sign up, and make the Global Ghost Hunt an event that this field deserves. And as a little teaser before we show you guys, we're going to get to the website. Little teaser, kind of, I guess we could say. What Lex is talking about is things in the works. It's not just for this year. Your team's not just going to be highlighted for this year. That's all I'm going to say. So, anyway. Oh, it is Wild Bill. Okay. Hey, Leafy. How you doing? I was going to read...
Look at those. That's the right priorities right there. Put the scripture down. The live stream is on.
We had a little conversation about that earlier. There's Squeakers. Hey, Squeaks. So, guys, anyone want to talk about anything else before we head on to the website?
I think we've covered it really well. Unless anyone in the chat has anything they want to ask quickly before we move on. All
right. Well, while I'm getting the website set up, I do have another video. If it wasn't enticing enough for the first video, here's another video. Yeah, I like my videos. Leave me alone. But we'll be right back, guys.
The time has come to stand united for peace, love, unity, respect.
And we are back. It's a quick little break. It wasn't my 5 or 10 minute videos. Brian likes to tease me on that. And Raymond says, I can't even tell you how much time has passed behind the scenes talking. Yes. It takes forever, these little meetings that we have. Okay, so there's Wild Bill. All right, so Lex, I will let you, or it doesn't matter, Lex, Nando, whoever wants to take over, but this is the main page of the Global Ghost Hunt.
Lex, you can take the lead on this one. This is your puppy, your baby.
Right, and where are we going through today? How to sign up, are we?
Yeah.
First of all, let's just look at this homepage before we get started. As you can see, if you've watched my show before, or some of the other shows, you might recognize the video that's now playing in the middle of the screen there. Our lovely advertisement in the center. Beautifully made. And then if you go down just a little bit there for me, you'll also see this lovely little info video that was done by the brilliant mind of Barry Fitzgerald. So if you do go on the website while you're signing up, give that a watch as well. The information for the general sense of what this is, the dates and stuff, as you scroll down just there, you'll see it in here. You're going to tell you all on here what it is that we're going to be giving you and the dates. Lovely there. So you've got May 4th to 14th and October 19th to 29th. Those dates obviously coincide with the thinning of the veil because we know we're super clever like that, guys. So don't forget, but when you're signing up, have a read through this entire page. Everything you need to know is written on here. If you do find anything that you need us to explain a bit more, just again contact us. We're more than happy to speak to you. But as we go through this main page, everything that we're offering is written on here properly for you. So you can see what our values are as a group. And I think it's really well laid out, actually. I can't remember who wrote this out, but it's actually awesome.
And Jordan definitely designed it very well.
That's it. Yeah, Jordan's done a great job designing the website.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then here are some of the thumbnails that are already out for the locations. And I believe some of the teams are on there as well.
Yeah, you can see PIT are on the left-hand side one there. Palmerton, I've got the fourth one across that we can see on there. And those two in the middle, I don't think have a team yet. So if you're near the area, sign up. And I'm going to tell you how to do that now. There are two ways to sign up here. You could do it on the bottom where we can see right here. We have 3 different things you can do. If you would like to register your team and join in as an investigator and go to a location, you'll click on that tab there. If you have a building or a location that you would like to submit to us to use, you have that tab there to follow. And if you'd like to volunteer and join us and help us run the ship and volunteer and help us out, you have another form there to fill out. So very nice and laid out for you. These tabs are also on the top right as you come in and on the drop down menu for you. So you'll see them just here. And I believe they're on the drop down as well, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
you can view them on there, yeah.
Yep. And we'll also go over this one towards the end.
Yep. And then obviously there's a contact us thing there. So we do say if you need us, contact us. The ability to do so is right there. We have the form for you there. So first we're going to click, if you just don't mind opening up the investigation teams tab for us. Show you how quick and simple this is.
You say quick, but let's see on my internet's actually listening.
Yeah, I was gonna say as soon as I said it, I was like, I bet his internet freezes.
Probably. Before we continue on, I do want to give a shout out to someone else who's on the admin team, Ggh Capasso from Coventry Circle Paranormal and Talking with the Source. This is his clip. I just want to say that Spirit Box session with that response is amazing. It's probably one of my favorites. So I just want to shout that out real quick.
Well, obviously AJ is also doing phenomenal work for the team, by the way. Great guy.
Absolutely.
But as you can see on the front here, we have there's Brian B. We have this lovely, again, more information for you on the left-hand side. Just tells you what you need to fill out, why you need to fill it out, and obviously explains the fee on there as well, which will tell you on there, as it says, the cost is associated with bringing on full production studio for 2023, enhancing the live streams, marketing, advertising, and other costs. We appreciate the understanding there. So everything is laid out for you, nice and simple. But the form, as you can see, is one of the easiest forms you'll fill out. Obviously, your team name. Now, if you're like me and you don't know what your team name is because you're one person, name yourself after your team. It's what I did. Lex Paranormal was me and my team name. So that would be in there. I always thought this on team leader's name. I would also just put Lex Paranormal because that's how everyone knows me. But yeah, so you just fill it out on here, myself, and you can put all your links to your social medias on there for us. And that's good because, again, while we're promoting this stuff out, we can add those on. We can put those little tabs in there for you. So all your stuff on there. Make sure you put your email address down. This is our main form of communication with you. This will be where you'll send the all the forms we need you to send. This will be where we're communicating about locations if we're assigning you to them and stuff like that. Sit there. You've got a nice little selection there, May or October, because as I said, we're doing it twice this year. If you want to do both, I believe if you want to do both, you have to send 2 forms, or can you? Yeah. So you have to do a form for each one. This is mainly for filing reasons because we have to keep everything on record. If we do it for both, it'll be a bit of a mess. So 2 forms for each one. Choose a date or dates that you're planning on doing.
I just put an example.
Lovely. And then are you going to live stream If so, are you going to be able to get Wi-Fi? Just let us know that as well. And just send us your team logo. And if you can, try and make sure the image is high quality for the logo, just so we can get a decent image of it onto the thumbnails and the watermarks and stuff like that for you. So that's there.
So,
And
and
that's
I also, before we, go ahead, Nando. What's up, brother?
I'm going to ask a question. You're explaining the form. So I'm going through registering. If I put a date in, this is something that I got messaged a little while ago. If I say I'm going to do it on this date, but my dates change, but it's still within the period of the Global Ghost Hunt event, can I change my dates?
Absolutely not. Nope, you are disbanded. No, I'm joking.
No refund.
Of course you can. Of course you can. The dates is more or less like a guide at the beginning for us. It's just to give us an idea of when you're looking at doing it. Because obviously when we're signing up locations, we're signing up teams, we're making sure that we're not stacked. But if there is a change of date, again, let us know and we will sort that out for you. It's not a set in stone. You have paid for tomorrow. You're doing it tomorrow. Don't worry about it. As long as it falls within that category and we can get the location free for you on that day, no problem.
And there's two things I want to hit on before we continue on. First and foremost, if you don't have a team logo or if you don't have a high quality one, like Lex is saying, still reach out to us. Reach out. We have team and we have people to help you with this. So we can either help you create one, we can help tweak with the one you have, we can do whatever you need done. So if you feel like that you don't have a logo or you don't have a great logo, doesn't matter. We will still be able to help you. And the other thing is this right here. If you want to live stream, but you don't have service. Like I know when we did the USS North Carolina, there was no service down in the bowels of the ship in the very, very bottom. If there's a location like that where you don't have service, that's fine. If you know that ahead of time, you can record your investigation and send us 2 hours of unedited footage. It doesn't have to be in conjunction, but we want everything raw footage, and you can still take part in the Global Ghost Hunt if you can't make it during these times. So it's basically fail safe. Anybody can join.
That's it.
So, all right. So let's see. Next, we go to the Hana location. Okay, so
No,
this is after.
Yeah. And I think this is where some people get lost here. We're getting a lot of people messaging us saying, oh, I don't have a location. I don't know what to put in here. If you don't have one, just put no location, haven't got one yet. Or whatever, just write, inform us on here that you don't have one and we will help you find one. That's not a problem there. I believe, is this also to, yes. Yes. And then underneath you got the owner. So obviously we don't want people doing this investigation doing breaking and entering. That's not the point.
No.
So if we can contact people who are giving you permissions to be in there and film in there, please fill out the details for those as well. This is going to be, we're going to need contact with the locations as well. This will be the same thing that's filled out for people who sign up locations. They need to make sure all the details are there of that said location. So owner, the address, phone number, and if they have an email, which most places do nowadays, please pop that in there for us as well. But the rest of that is pretty self-explanatory on that one. And again, does it have Wi-Fi access? Yes, no, not sure. Just let us know. Again, as Matt said before, if it can't, just film it and just send us the 2 hours of unedited footage, and we can do that for you. And again, and another important point just on the bottom, uploading photos, again, important, because we are promoting these locations as much as we are promoting the teams. Please give us a decent image of the location if you can find one. You can usually get them off their own websites. Again, because these look great on the thumbnails. If you see the ones we've put out already, the photos are really good quality. Again, try and get the best one you can get. Send it on this form for us, and we will work with what you give us there as well. And that should be that before you move on to the pay screen. So it's just two simple little forms there. And then obviously the pay screen is the pay screen. I'm sure we're all familiar with what a pay screen looks like by now. How many times have we had to do that online? But
now
I forgot about this.
I will say, if there is any admin team watching, ignore this email. I think I just got one. Yeah, ignore it. This is
if it says investigating my basement, we know we can bin it.
Well, I don't know. I put haunted bathroom the last time we tested it,
Oh, did
and
you?
everyone lost their mind. We forgot to
The-
mention that we were
The
doing that.
haunted bathroom. Oh dear.
Oh, we have some new people coming in. Daniel Winter.
Hi, Dan.
Hello. And the paranormal queen herself, this Patty
Hey,
Adams.
Patty.
Hey, Patty. Okay, so go ahead, Lex.
Right, so now we're going to get this lovely team conducting event terms contract. Again, first thing you're going to see there, that we're going to congratulate you for getting this far in the process of becoming part of the hunt. Always, because we're happy for it. We'd love everyone to be a part of this. But this is a really kind of like a brief. First of all, you got the big paragraph there at the top. This is a little thing here covering what the global ghost hunt is. It talks about Brian, why we've established the global ghost hunt in the first place, and then this will do that for the majority of the way for there. It also tells you what the understanding is between the teams, us, locations and stuff like that, just what everything is entailed. So everyone is in the loop at all times of what we are covering and doing with this business and what we're doing here. So everything is all laid out there for you. Again, if there's anything in there you want to ask us about, just hit the contact us page and we're more than happy to speak out again there for you. There is also a note on the bottom here of why we need, if you need to refund for a reason, it is refundable, but you just need to read through this section here. It will tell you how to and what you need to do to claim that back. Sometimes we are booking out these locations. So if you just don't turn up to it, unfortunately, that's not going to be a refundable visit. But, we're not horrible people. If there's a legit reason why you can't do it, you need to have a refund, just get in contact with us. And as long as it's covered here, we will look after you that way as well. And that's it. So you click that button there. And in doing so, that is a virtual signing of that contract there for a conduct form to let you know that, yeah, I understand everything. I'm ready to go forward with the payment. And now his Wi-Fi is really slow. Oh, there we go.
It's better than what it was before.
Oh, you can see you've done it before because it says it up there. You're buying it twice.
See?
Yeah.
We'll switch it.
Yep. So
The price is 100.
the
Just
price
a
is
show.
100. There you go. So what have you got on here? So I'll tell you exactly what you got there. The registration, $100. Choose which method you're going to use at the checkout. So just check everything is up to date. Make sure it hasn't accidentally put 4 in the quantity. Or if you've tried to fill it out, read something you don't understand, you've come out to speak to us and find out something, and then you come back into it, just make sure you've got 1 written in there. You don't want to be accidentally paying for 9,
Or 100.
or 100 or 100 registrations, because we'll be really excited that, oh my god, 100 people just signed up on one day, that's crazy, and then we find that it's an error, god dang. But we go forward, we go to checkout, and this is the bit that everyone should be familiar with online shopping.
I just updated it.
Yeah. And that's the website. That's how easy it is to sign in as a team. It's just simple stuff like that. Just make sure, and I implore people to do this because people don't read everything. Just read it, understand it. Any questions, contact us, we'll answer you. But yeah, just fill out your information up here.
And that's it.
And that's it. And there is something on the bottom there. If you scroll down just the bottom for me, you'll see, not that far down, where it says notes. You'll see here, there is a little notes thing there as well. If it's something, you don't know if we're going to use that bit because you just email us, but that's there as well if you need to put a note in. But that's it. That's how you register as a team. I believe the location form is pretty much the same, but without the first page, I believe. It's just the location page. So
I think so too.
Because I haven't registered the location, so I don't know if that's the case. I don't own a location, unfortunately.
We'll go through just to make sure. Submit. Oh, we'll just.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same all the way through.
Yeah.
Your name, email, location's name. So obviously some buildings have names. When you're going to do it, the email address, the actual address, does it have Wi-Fi, and some photos. So yeah, it's the same form all the way through. And again, if you're submitting a location, just read the little info side on the left-hand side there underneath the dates. And that's that one for you. And that's
the volunteer is basically the same. It's the same setup. I believe it's just there's no obviously location or anything like that.
No, I think it's just your name and contact, isn't it?
Yeah.
and what you want to be doing, volunteer work. So as you can see there, we've got multiple areas of work that you can volunteer with. It's multimedia, helping us with the website development, working with locations, working with paranormal investigators, social marketing, and sponsorship work. So there is a lot of stuff there for you. And if you can, and you have done stuff in these fields before you volunteer, use this note box on the bottom here to let us know what you've done before, because we want to make sure that we can get you to the right job suited up. Maybe you're interested in one, but your skill set says actually you'd be really good in the other one. We'll still let you do something in the other one if we can, but use your skill set while we're getting you up, and then maybe we'll see what you want to do if you want to move across. But just fill that out for us as per normal. And again, please put your social media URLs into the form as well.
Yep, 100%. All right. So the last thing I want to touch on, and I think I can get to it from here, and this wasn't really touched on in our last GGH Live, and that's the merchandise. I think a lot of people don't realize that part of that, part of what we're doing to help, the global ghost hunt, even if you say you want to help, you want to be a part of this, but you don't want to go out and investigating, or you don't have the time, or you don't have whatever, but you still want to help support, you can get the merchandise. Or if you're a team or a location and you want to get a part of this and you want something to commemorate the first global ghost hunt, you can actually talk with our merchandise leader, when that is none other than Marcus Welly, and you can get customized merchandise. It's not just what you see here, but he set up a great little shop with hats, with shirts, with hoodies. I think he said there's going to be more stuff coming out. But you can get your own logos on these things, on each one of these.
And that's my favorite thing about it, because I'm looking forward to rocking that global. When I come down with Nando to do our investigation during the event, I'm looking forward to wearing my lovely black global hoodie, maybe the pink one. And there's just hidden somewhere on there is going to be that beautiful little logo of mine hiding somewhere amongst it.
Well, I'm letting you guys know, and letting everybody know. But I am picking up. Is it this one? Yep, this one. The fleece.
That'll be the one. That's the one I'm going to go for as well.
That's what I'm doing, and I'm putting Paranormal Consultant on it, and I'm also putting the P3 logo on, and I'm also getting a hat too. But I think I'm putting Parapost on one of it. But
if people don't, this is the thing, right? People don't. If you don't buy merch for merch's sake, I think what's important about this time with this one's merch, it's the first event. And it's labeled on there GGH23, the first official one. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm going to be collecting ham on this stuff. I'm going to be buying all of it because it's the first one, and I want to commemorate that first one. I think it's going to be great for the teams when they get that, because designs will change in the future. And can you imagine? You go back, you open that drawer, you got I remember this event. Oh, the first one. It's part of something special. It's commemorative, not just a T-shirt, which is awesome.
And nothing against this company, because I use this company for my own merchandise. It's a great company. They have great products, but who knows? Maybe 2 or 3 years down the road, we'll have something else. We'll have something, with better and bigger qualities, better quantities, more options. There's a bunch of different things. But I agree with you, Lex. I'm super excited. I'm going to be buying mine, I think, Thursday. I'm getting mine this Thursday.
I'm getting mine on the 31st. I'm going to order mine. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to get it. I'm going to be living in it.
Yep. And I will say that I have gotten merch from this place before. Excuse me. And it's great. My Paranormal Consultant hoodie is from there. And I love it. It's held up very well. So, hey, Lex, Nando, you want to talk about anything else with the website?
I was just going to say, with all the purchases that you make off the merch as well, what Global Ghost Hunt get for it goes back into Global Ghost Hunt. So it's another thing that's going to help us, build further of what we've already achieved. We, from an idea that Brian Lex had, and I don't think it was that long ago, was it, when you two started talking about it? But from the growth from a chat to where we're at now, you can see the progression, and everyone's starting to see how this is really going to help everyone in the industry. And it's like, it was great. We got to speak to Rootless Destination. We got to know their story. We got to understand them and why they're doing the Global Ghost Hunt. And I think what has been nice is, we all have that. We have 2 things in common. One is the passion for the paranormal, but then a lot of us have our own experiences that, what got us into the paranormal, which I think is also great. You can share your experience without having those funny looks being directed at you. You're in a community where everyone is valued for what they do, and you do what you do. You don't have to copy anyone else. You do your investigation the way you want it, and you get to highlight that to what we're hoping it is going to be, like Lex said earlier, on every part of the globe. That's what it's Global Ghost Hunt.
I don't want to be optimistic here, guys, but this is going to be the biggest event in the paranormal community this year.
You know what? I've said it once, and I'll say it again. I 100% believe that this event, both these days are going to, or these 20 days are going to change our field. And it's going to be for the better, because it's nothing against anybody else, but yes, there are events that have done something similar, but none of these events have offered almost 2 hours max, hour and a half minimum of airtime, full location and team support, customized merch. And basically when you sign up, you get free marketing tools like the logos, the thumbnails, all the stuff, the videos. Nobody's offered this before. This is going to be changing our field. And I've said it on my show numerous times, and it doesn't just apply to, my P3 program. It doesn't just apply to Nando, what you're doing, Lex, what you and Brian are doing, what Lex Paranormal's doing. This involves everything. Parapost, Global Ghost Hunt, Paralinks, everybody. We are rebuilding our field. We aren't revamping it. We have torn down a lot of the negativity, and we are rebuilding it to something very positive. And Global Ghost Hunt is a huge part of that.
Yeah. And the other thing with Global Ghost Hunt as well, once the thumbnails for your teams and locations have been done, they get put on the Global Ghost Hunt Facebook page, right? But not only that, each and every one of us. So you got Matt's team, you got Lex, you got Jenny, you have Marcus, you have AJ. What everyone is doing, they're going back out and sharing it with their people, with people that follow their groups. So you're not just getting shared out on just one platform on the Global Ghost Hunt. Your stuff is being shared out across the whole paranormal community, and it's getting shared out. Huntophobia in Canada, with me and Lex in the UK, across the USA, with Matt, with Patty, with even Australia. I'm
putting it everywhere. I've got 6 paranormal pages on Facebook, plus my Lex Paranormal page and my personal one, and I'm putting them out on everything.
So on one platform, your team. So if you're a small team that want to grow, we're going to be throwing your name out everywhere, and it is going to a big part of the world. Like I said, UK, Ireland, USA, Canada. It is being shared out, just not on Global Ghost Hunt page, but amongst all our pages that we have worked really hard to build our own pages, but we're putting you guys on our pages as well and sharing it forward. So I just thought I'd share that as well.
Yeah. I said it before. It's exactly, paranormal field is stifled by competition, wrongful competition between teams. It's ruined by ego, and it's ruined by people faking stuff. We have looked at that foundation of what was built for us, and we have said, no, let's start again. And this time we're going to start again with everybody doing it at the same time, everybody working together, and we're all going to move forward in our fields together. And as Brian just said there as well, 20 people on the admin staff sharing out all your stuff constantly. Every time it comes out, it's out, it's out, it's out. If any of you have me on social media, you'll see that I think in one day I had like 6 thumbnail things going out. So one after the other, so everything's out. This is the point. We've seen what was happening before. We don't like that. We are doing it again from scratch. We're bringing everybody who is willing to be part of it along for the ride and building our community back, building our field back. And we're going to show the world that the paranormal field is nothing to be trifled with. That it's not only is it real, it's the most fun thing you can do on this planet. And we are the most fun people to have in your life. I mean, look how cool we are.
Crazy. We're crazy, but
Well,
fun.
we're nuts. We run towards the scary noises, not run away from them.
Well,
But
yeah.
I still have a habit. Sometimes I run away from it. I'm not going to sit here and lie. You know, I do run away sometimes, but you know, it is great fun. It's great fun.
I have proof that I run towards things, and I am one of those built guys that you shouldn't run. But I've actually ran on a live, and I think Lex, you were there when I did.
Was this in when you did the warboat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. When I see something doing one of these, like peeking out from behind a bulkhead, a wall, and I'm like, okay, I see there has to be somebody there. And I waited till they started coming out again, and I took off running, which my fat ass should not be doing anyway. But I got to the end, and there's nobody around. To me, that's worth it. It's worth it. And I love it. I absolutely love doing that stuff. And I think if you're afraid to come face to face with a spirit, probably shouldn't be in this field.
Or just do it again. Keep doing it till you get used to it, because it's a way of life. And
I just want
the Global Ghost Hunt's the first stage of it.
Absolutely. And I think it'd be great to just like sit down and have a conversation like what we're doing with a spirit. Like you go to a location, you sit down and you go, sit your ass down, let's have a talk.
Yeah.
You know, you set the recorder down, like do like this. I don't want to say like an interrogation, but
I was gonna say almost like a Chris Hansen thing. Take a seat here with me.
Do you know why you're here today? Who have you been haunting?
You pull out this file from 1800. I've been reading up on you, Franklin.
If that is your name.
I saw it. I saw what you did. I don't know what you look like because there's no pictures in 1504, but I can speak to you here and now.
We have these sketches. But no, and see, that's the fun thing, guys, is this is why we fully believe in what the Global Ghost Hunt stands for. It's not anything, it's not the money. We could care less. It's about meeting new people, seeing new locations, preserving the locations, and making new friends and family along the way. You know, and this, I mean, how cool would it be 10 years down the road to sit there and say, I was a part of the first?
Especially if this, you know, when this works out, 10 years down the road, this could be the biggest event thing on the planet. We don't know where it's going to go. It could be huge. And to sit there and look, and we get to sit there in that time and be like, oh, I'm probably not going to take part in it this year, or I can't stand up anymore. But you're going to watch the younger people come and do it and be like, I remember when we built this thing. I remember being at that first one. And so having a sense of pride that people are going to talk about the ghost hunt in years to come. This is going to be something that the paranormal community will be talking about. There will be videos on YouTube talking about this thing. And you're going to sit there and be like, I was at the first ever event. And the best thing is when you've gone to the first one, you guys will be the ones to talk to everyone else and be like, I did this in May. Sign up in October. You've got to come and do this. You should see what these guys done for us. And that's the butt of it. It's the best thing. That having fun is the most important thing in the world. We're here for a short time, not a long. We're here for a fun time, not a long time, and we're trying to present that to you in a package. The funnest experience you can have for 10 days straight, twice a year.
And I want to just also hit on something. Leafy said that they're not an investigator, but a friend to investigators. And that's the other thing too. Talk to your friends who are investigators. If you don't do it yourself or you don't have a team, meet up with some people. What better way? Go to parapost.net or Parapost Network Central or Parapost 2 or what is it? Parapost International, I guess you guys are calling it. They got rid of the 2. I don't know. That's lost in my emails, but that wasn't in the notes. But no, you can network with people and say, hey, I'm from this area. I'd like to be a part of the Global Ghost Hunt. Is there any team that would like to have me on? Can I go with you guys? There's somebody.
And I'll share this to you on a personal reel. This is how I got started. When I first made my first YouTube video, I was so scared to put it out that I put a thing on Twitter about being afraid to put my first paranormal video out. And it was Brian that reached out to me and gave me the confidence to do so. And look where I am now. He introduced me to a load of people. They helped me and still helps me today. And that's what it's like. That's what this is going to be like on a grander scale. You guys want to get out there. You want to show us what you want to show the world what you can do. And we're going to help you do it.
And I think even if you're new to it, if you want to do it, if you're new to being an investigator and you want to get out there, still sign up. It doesn't matter how long you've been in it. You know, this gives you the platform to, you know, we will still help you out, you know, get you registered, and, you know, you can show what you've learned so far and build on that. You know, it's not for seasoned investigators, it's for everyone, you know, for amateur investigators. You know, I would say, to be honest, you know, I'm an amateur investigator. You know, I've only been doing it since towards the middle of lockdown. You know, I got given an opportunity by Dan, who is the owner of Portal to the Paranormal. And I originally was just meant to be part of the admin team, the background person, you know, because I was too scared. I'm going to be honest. I was too scared of it. But then I saw my wife and, you know, everyone really having a good time. And then the thing for me was watching the TV shows. It sort of give you a wrong sort of insight of what the paranormal and what investigating is all about. So we did it. I got involved, and it's been great. You know, so if I can encourage anyone to join, you know, definitely do it. You know, we want everyone to make the most out of this opportunity, and it will be great. I think it will be definitely great.
I said the best decision I made was to take part in to get involved with the paranormal. Best decision I ever made.
The sarcastic tone of.
Well, and you know what? Here's the thing. It's, you know, you guys are right. It's for people of all different experience levels. Like, I've been doing it. I've been in the paranormal field 16 years, and I'm still learning. I will never say I'm a professional. Hell no. I'm just paranormal. But, you know, I learned stuff, and I'm going to be taking part in this. I mean, heck, I know in May I'm going to be going to either one of two places, or one of three places, actually. And then for October, I'm going to be in New Orleans.
Nice.
I'll be in New Orleans representing Global Ghost Hunt, either at Fear Fest, or if Fear Fest, because they're having some issues, but if Fear Fest isn't going on, I'm still going to go down and represent, and I'm still doing the Global Ghost Hunt. I'm still taking part of it, doing a live investigation, or maybe doing a live 2-hour walkthrough of New Orleans, showing haunted history, haunted areas of New Orleans. You know, it's for everybody. It's for everybody. Let's see. If you have a location that is registered, make sure it's safe.
Sorry, guys. I'll be right back.
No worries. If you have a location that isn't registered with GGH, make sure it is safe. No investigation or event. 100%. 100%. And honestly, Leafy, you said something else. I'd be a local investigator. Well, you may be surprised. I don't know where you're at, but you may have somebody close by you. And Angela, the Queen Mary Long Beach, is only open for tours of the ship. Yeah, well, yes and no. I actually got a chance to investigate the Queen Mary. It was kind of cool. Some groups buy it out, but yeah, no, I've investigated that. It's a lot of fun. So it's Jesse from the Scare. Oh, okay, there you go. But yeah, there's people signing up literally every day. We're getting an influx of people, and here's the thing, like Leafy, or maybe others, if you want to do something else besides sign up, or you can't, you don't have the time, the finances, whatever, you don't have that, share these videos out. Go on to Parapost Network Central, share them out. Go to globalghosthunt.com. Share them out. You can find them on Twitter, you can find YouTube, Facebook, find Global Ghost Hunt everywhere, and just share it out. That we appreciate any support that anybody can give. So, all right, guys, anything else before we wrap up?
I think we've covered everything. What I would say is, for keep an eye out for future podcasts with the Global Ghost Hunt. We are going to be bringing more on. We're always coming up with ideas of what we can do, and we want to make it as interactive and more informative as possible, shall I say. So if anything that you've got questions, please send that through to one of us, or send it through to the Global Ghost Hunt page, and then we can bring it up in future shows. There's no stupid questions. If you are sitting on the fence because you're not sure about something, ask the question. But I'm sure the people that sit on the fence this time and watch the success of it in May, they'll definitely be registered in October, because I do think it's going to be a great May for all the teams that do their investigations. You'll see the quality of the videos, you'll see the quality of the thumbnails. Everything's going to be quality, and it's going to be based on what you do. We're not going to mess around with it to change it to what we want. It's based on your investigation. So we're just here to make it look presentable, professional, and help get your name out there across the paranormal community. So if you don't register in May, I bet you anything you will register in October. That's how confident I am.
100%. I agree. And here are the links for both. There's the globalghosthunt.com and parapost.net. You can sign up for Parapost. I highly suggest it. You can either download it on the app, or you can just go on the website, or you can find us like we stated earlier on Facebook, Parapost Network Central, or Parapost International, the new platform, the new page. But yeah, you can find it. Basically, if you're hearing this, you will be able to find it because we have it splattered everywhere. So, all right, guys, before we get out of here, why don't you guys give yourselves a little shout out for what you're up to?
Hey, just want to mention Rootless Destination in the house, saying that they signed up now.
Are.
Great,
Well, hey.
you know, lovely ladies. We can't wait to see what they bring to the Global Ghost Hunt. Thank you for tuning in.
100%.
But Lex, you want to go first with your shout outs, mate?
Yeah,
I know
very
you've got
quick
your
and
new
easy.
season due as well.
Yeah, very quick and easy for me. Timing it right, I think. But yeah, so first of all, obviously my name, Lex Paranormal. You can find me on Twitter at Lex Paranormal YT, Facebook, Lex Paranormal. Very simple. Guess YouTube, Lex Paranormal. But also, if you want to see more of me, talk my opinions, expose fake people, chat to Brian, go on Sundays. I host Through the Lens with Brian and Lex every Sunday at 9 p.m. GMT. So that's 5 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. EST.
I got
so
you.
9 p.m. my time. So I'm English. My clock's wrong. So 9 p.m. We stream on most services, but we would appreciate the subscription on YouTube to keep the show up to date. We have great guests every single week, great stuff. So do that. Lex Paranormal YouTube channel. I'm releasing season 2 of my Capture the Unknown investigation series at the end of February, beginning of March, and it's going to be a good one this year because season 2, Brian flew away from Canada to come and record with me for the first time, which was great. I also got to meet Portal to the Paranormal and investigate with them for the first time. I also got to investigate with the Patrol, who were once a very small channel, came on my show, interviewed with them, and then they grew exponentially. They've just returned to YouTube and investigating. Can't wait to see what they're doing. So they're my links there, guys. So if you just subscribe to all of those for me. And yeah, if you have anything you need to speak to me for, want to contact me, you want to ask me something, just I answer all my messages, just message me on Twitter. Thank you very much.
Right. Nando?
Perfect. So I'm part of Portal to the Paranormal here, based in the UK as well, like Lex. You can find us on Facebook, Portal to the Paranormal. TikTok, it's just Portal to the Paranormal. We're on YouTube as well, again, just Portal to the Paranormal. We have our thriller podcast. We return next week. Is Friday the 27th. We have Boulder Bonkers coming on. So looking forward to having a chat with those guys. We also have me and Jenny. We've got our Paranormal Confessions that we've recently started. If you guys can go give us a follow, share it out as well, because we got new stuff coming up. And our next investigation is at Fort Whitley in Portsmouth. Lex, you come on with us before. So we return there for an investigation February the 11th. So we're looking forward to that. But again, most important thing at the moment, what we're here for is the Global Ghost Hunt. So definitely share out the Global Ghost Hunt. And, if anyone's got any questions, like Lex said, do reach out. If you've got a team, you want to register, get in, and we'll start getting your stuff and getting thumbnails and videos together for you guys. Matt, do you want to give yourself a shout out?
I'm the other way, but yeah, you pointed to the opposite direction.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
there you go, Matt.
You know what's funny is I'm used to it here on StreamYard, but whenever in real life I do the opposite of what I'm like. That makes me dyslexic is in real life. But yeah, so before I do, it's Portal to the Paranormal. That is Nando's group. So I am Matt, Paranormal Consultant. You can find me pretty much anywhere you're seeing this, but right there, my logo. I have 2 shows. I have the Paracrew podcast. You can find on YouTube, Facebook, anywhere really. And also the Paraprod podcast, which is Mondays at 9 p.m. Para Crew podcast is Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's a lot to talk about, I know, but I'm a busy guy. I'm a podcast whore, according to Brian. But no, you can find me pretty much anywhere. And also, yes, Raymond, our newest channel, the P3 Paranormal Gaming. You can find us on Twitch. You can find us all over the place. We might have a YouTube soon. Not sure, but yeah, you can check that out. But yeah, you can basically find me anywhere you can find Parapost Network or anybody really. I'm everywhere. I'm a whore, as Brian likes to call me. So, Lex, thanks for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. It's always a pleasure chatting with you, my brother. And Nando, thank you so much for working with me on this. And I'm really looking forward to getting GGH Live every night. Oh, this is going to be great.
But no, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up. So definitely keep an eye out. And then hopefully, you know, we'll get Lex and Brian together, the two directors together on the show. I think that would be great to have both of you on.
That'll be entertaining.
But you know, for now, thank you everyone for commenting, watching, sharing the live, you know, and getting yourselves involved. We all appreciate it. We're all here for one reason. And, you know, together we're going to make this all work. So looking forward to it all.
Absolutely. And we're going to end the show tonight with something to give you an idea of the quality of videos. The one and only Aaron Hoffman, also known as The Shadow. He has Gravedigger Productions. He is doing the videos for the Global Ghost Hunt. He did one for Parapost, so we'll play it out as we leave for you guys tonight. So you guys have yourselves a great rest of your night. Have fun. Stay safe. And as always, guys, happy hauntings.
As soon as you walk into this tunnel, you get that instant vibe that something is going on. They say if you walk into the tunnel and you put a match or a lighter, I think it's a match, you put to the wall, you will hear a scream. You start hearing some voices, you start hearing footsteps.
Is there anyone down here?